What if the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the story you've been telling yourself? Every great achievement began with one simple decision: to believe before there was proof. If you can learn to trust your potential, stay committed through uncertainty, and keep moving when others quit, you'll discover that success isn't reserved for the lucky. It's earned by those who never stop believing. Every remarkable achievement begins long before the results become visible. It starts with a belief, a quiet but powerful conviction that something greater is possible. Before anyone builds a successful business, masters a skill, changes a life, or reaches an extraordinary goal, they first decide that it can be done. Belief is the invisible force that transforms ordinary people into determined individuals who refuse to settle for less than their potential. Without belief, talent remains unused, opportunities are ignored, and dreams slowly fade into forgotten wishes. The quality of your life is closely connected to the quality of what you believe about yourself. If you believe your abilities are limited, your actions will remain limited. If you believe you are capable of growth, learning, and improvement, your behavior begins to reflect that conviction. Your mind follows the direction of your beliefs. It searches for evidence that supports what you repeatedly tell yourself. When you believe success is possible, you naturally begin noticing opportunities that fear would have hidden from you. Belief is not blind optimism. It is a decision to trust that consistent effort will eventually produce meaningful results. You may not know exactly how the journey will unfold, but you believe that every lesson learned, every challenge faced, and every disciplined action taken is moving you closer to your destination. This kind of belief creates resilience because it refuses to let temporary setbacks define permanent outcomes. Many people wait until they feel confident before they begin. The truth is that confidence usually comes after taking action, not before it. Belief gives you the courage to make the first move even when the path is uncertain. It encourages you to start before everything is perfect, to keep learning after making mistakes, and to continue growing when progress seems slow. Every step forward reinforces the belief that you are becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable than you were yesterday. Think about every person who has accomplished something meaningful. At some point, they faced uncertainty, criticism, or failure. The difference was not that they had fewer obstacles. The difference was that they refused to let doubt become stronger than their vision. They protected their belief even when circumstances gave them every reason to question it. They understood that today's effort is an investment in tomorrow's possibilities. Your belief becomes the blueprint for your decisions, your habits, your discipline, and your persistence. It influences how you respond to disappointment, how you prepare for opportunities, and how consistently you pursue your goals. When your belief grows stronger than your excuses, your daily actions begin aligning with the future you want to create, and every disciplined choice becomes another brick in the foundation of lasting achievement. The future you experience is influenced by the thoughts you choose to nurture today. Every decision, every habit, and every action begins as an idea in the mind. Before success becomes visible in your life, it first takes shape in your thinking. Your thoughts determine how you see opportunities, how you respond to challenges, and how much confidence you carry into every situation. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, and limitation, your actions will reflect those beliefs. But if your thoughts are centered on growth, possibility, and determination, your life begins moving in a completely different direction. Your mind is like fertile ground. Whatever you plant in it will eventually grow. Plant thoughts of courage, discipline, gratitude, and persistence, and those qualities will become part of your character. Plant thoughts of failure, excuses, and negativity, and they will quietly influence your behavior until they become your reality. This is why protecting your mind is one of the greatest responsibilities you have. You cannot expect to create an extraordinary life while allowing ordinary or destructive thoughts to control your daily perspective. Every day you engage in conversations with yourself, whether you realize it or not. The words you repeat internally become the instructions your mind follows. If you constantly tell yourself that something is impossible, you will unconsciously avoid the effort required to achieve it. If you remind yourself that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, your mind begins searching for solutions instead of excuses. Your internal dialogue shapes your confidence long before the world sees your results. Successful people are not free from negative thoughts. They simply refuse to let those thoughts become permanent residents in their minds. They acknowledge fear without surrendering to it. They recognize obstacles without allowing them to define their future. They replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones and choose to focus on what they can control rather than worrying about what they cannot. This mental discipline becomes one of their greatest competitive advantages. Your environment also plays a significant role in shaping your thoughts. The books you read, the people you spend time with, the conversations you engage in, and the information you consume all leave an impression on your mindset. If you surround yourself with encouragement, wisdom, and positive examples, your thinking expands. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, criticism, and hopelessness, your vision becomes smaller. Choose carefully what you allow into your mind, because every influence is helping build the future you are creating. Thoughts alone will never change your life, but they determine the quality of the actions you take. Clear thinking leads to purposeful decisions. Positive thinking supported by disciplined action creates lasting progress. When you consistently train your mind to expect growth, embrace learning, and focus on possibilities instead of limitations, you begin shaping a future that reflects the strength, confidence, and purpose you have chosen to develop. Belief is where every great journey begins, but persistence is what carries that belief across the finish line. Anyone can feel inspired for a day or two. Anyone can become excited after hearing a powerful message or setting a meaningful goal. The true difference between those who succeed and those who give up is not the size of their dreams. It is their willingness to keep moving when the excitement fades. Persistence is the bridge between what you believe is possible and what eventually becomes reality. Every worthwhile goal demands time, effort, and patience. Success is rarely the result of one extraordinary moment. More often, it is built through hundreds of ordinary days where you choose to continue despite obstacles, delays, and disappointments. The person who keeps showing up gains an advantage over the one who waits for perfect conditions. Persistence teaches you that progress is earned through consistency, not convenience. There will be moments when your results seem invisible. You may work hard for weeks or months without seeing significant improvement. These are the moments that test your belief. Many people mistake slow progress for failure, but growth often happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible. Just as a tree develops deep roots before it reaches great heights, your character, discipline, and skills are strengthening long before others notice your achievements. Persistence also changes you in ways success alone never could. Every challenge you overcome increases your resilience. Every setback you survive strengthens your confidence. Every lesson learned from failure adds wisdom that cannot be found in comfort. You begin to understand that obstacles are not signals to stop. They are opportunities to become more capable. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin asking, "What is this experience teaching me?" That simple shift transforms frustration into growth. One of the greatest dangers in life is quitting too soon. Many people abandon their goals just before they are about to make meaningful progress. They allow temporary discomfort to convince them that lasting success is impossible. Yet history consistently shows that remarkable achievements belong to those who refused to stop when the path became difficult. They understood that persistence is often rewarded after the point where most people choose to quit. Your daily habits become the evidence of your persistence. Every early morning, every disciplined decision, every extra hour of learning, and every small improvement adds another layer to your future success. These actions may appear insignificant on their own, but over time they create extraordinary results. Great accomplishments are rarely built through dramatic changes. They are built through repeated acts of commitment performed with patience and purpose. When belief is supported by persistent action, confidence grows stronger with every step forward. You no longer depend on motivation to keep going because discipline has become your guide. The challenges that once seemed impossible begin to look manageable. The goals that once felt distant start coming within reach, and your unwavering commitment gradually transforms possibility into undeniable reality. Confidence is often misunderstood. Many people believe it is something you must possess before you begin. They wait for the perfect feeling, the perfect moment, or the perfect certainty before taking the first step. But confidence does not appear out of nowhere. It is built through action. Every meaningful accomplishment starts with someone who is willing to move forward despite uncertainty. Action gives strength to belief and transforms hesitation into confidence through experience. Imagine two people with the same dream. One spends years thinking, planning, and waiting for the right time. The other starts with limited knowledge, makes mistakes, learns from them, and continues improving. At first, the second person may not appear more confident, but with every action taken, confidence begins to grow. Each completed task becomes proof that progress is possible. Every challenge overcome becomes evidence that greater challenges can also be conquered. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act even when fear is present. Fear tells you to stay where it feels safe, while action teaches you that growth exists beyond your comfort zone. Every time you face something difficult, instead of avoiding it, you weaken fear's influence and strengthen your belief in your own abilities. Over time, what once seemed impossible becomes familiar because repeated action changes both your skills and your mindset. The greatest opportunities in life rarely come to those who wait. They come to those who prepare themselves through consistent effort. Every book you read, every new skill you practice, every conversation you initiate, and every responsibility you accept adds another layer of confidence. Knowledge is valuable, but applied knowledge creates transformation. It is not enough to know what should be done. You must be willing to do it consistently. Mistakes are an essential part of this process. Too many people avoid action because they fear failure. Yet every successful individual has learned through trial and error. Each mistake contains valuable lessons that no classroom can teach. Instead of viewing failure as proof of weakness, see it as proof that you are moving forward. The person who never makes mistakes is usually the person who never attempts anything meaningful. Daily discipline also plays a vital role in building confidence. Small actions performed consistently have a greater impact than occasional bursts of motivation. Waking up on time, keeping your promises, finishing what you start, and staying committed to your goals all create trust in yourself. That self-trust becomes the foundation of lasting confidence because you know your actions match your intentions. The world responds differently to people who take initiative. Opportunities begin to appear, relationships grow stronger, and challenges become stepping stones instead of barriers. As you continue taking purposeful action, your confidence no longer depends on praise, luck, or perfect circumstances. It comes from knowing that no matter what obstacles appear, you have developed the discipline, experience, and determination to keep moving forward until your vision becomes your reality. Every worthwhile goal comes with obstacles. There is no meaningful achievement that exists without difficulty, setbacks, or moments of uncertainty. Challenges are not signs that you are on the wrong path. They are often proof that you are pursuing something valuable. The people who accomplish extraordinary things are not those who avoid problems, but those who learn to grow stronger because of them. They understand that every challenge carries a lesson, every setback builds character, and every difficult season prepares them for greater opportunities. Life has a way of testing your commitment before rewarding your efforts. It asks whether you truly believe in your dreams, or whether your confidence depends only on easy circumstances. When everything is going well, believing in yourself feels natural. The real test begins when progress slows, when doors close, or when unexpected failures appear. Those moments reveal the strength of your belief. If your faith in your potential survives the storm, you emerge with a level of confidence that success alone could never provide. Many people view challenges as barriers that prevent them from moving forward. In reality, challenges are opportunities to develop qualities that comfort can never produce. Patience is built while waiting. Courage is built while facing fear. Discipline is built while choosing to continue despite discomfort. Resilience is built while recovering from disappointment. These qualities become permanent assets that stay with you long after the challenge has passed. Every obstacle also forces you to become more creative and resourceful. When one solution fails, you begin searching for another. When one path is blocked, you discover a different route. This process expands your thinking and teaches you to rely on persistence rather than convenience. Instead of asking why life has become difficult, successful people ask what new skill, perspective, or strength they are meant to develop through the experience. History is filled with individuals who faced repeated rejection before reaching remarkable success. They encountered criticism, financial struggles, personal disappointments, and countless reasons to quit. Yet they refused to allow temporary difficulties to define their future. They recognized that every challenge was preparing them for responsibilities they could not yet see. Their greatest victories were possible because they first became strong enough to handle them. One of the greatest mistakes you can make is believing that an easy life creates a successful person. Ease may provide comfort, but growth requires resistance. Just as muscles become stronger by overcoming resistance during exercise, your character becomes stronger by overcoming life's difficulties. Every challenge you face with determination increases your ability to handle even greater responsibilities in the future. Keep believing in your purpose, even when the results are delayed. Continue working even when recognition is absent. Stay committed even when others question your vision. Every obstacle you overcome is adding depth to your character, sharpening your wisdom, strengthening your discipline, and preparing you for opportunities that only those who refuse to surrender are capable of receiving and transforming into lasting success. Success is not reserved for the most gifted, the wealthiest, or the luckiest people. More often than not, it belongs to those who make a firm decision to believe in their own potential even when the evidence is not yet visible. Every successful person begins with possibilities that are hidden from the world. What separates them from others is not perfection, but the determination to keep believing in what they are capable of becoming. They refuse to let fear, criticism, or temporary failure define the limits of their future. Too many people underestimate themselves before they have even given themselves a fair opportunity. They compare their beginning to someone else's years of experience and convince themselves they are not ready. They wait for perfect confidence, ideal conditions, or complete certainty before taking action. Unfortunately, that perfect moment never arrives. Growth happens through movement, not through waiting. The people who achieve remarkable things are willing to begin while they are still learning, trusting that every step forward will make them stronger. Your potential is one of the greatest investments you will ever possess. Unlike money or material possessions, it grows every time you develop new skills, gain wisdom, strengthen your discipline, and expand your perspective. The more you invest in yourself, the greater your capacity becomes. Every book you read, every lesson you learn, every challenge you overcome, and every habit you improve increases the value of who you are becoming. Success follows those who continuously improve themselves rather than those who simply wish for better circumstances. There will always be voices that question your ability. Some people may doubt your dreams because they cannot imagine achieving them themselves. Others may judge your progress because they only see your present and not your future. If you allow every opinion to shape your confidence, you will spend your life chasing approval instead of pursuing purpose. Learn to respect advice, but never surrender your vision to the limitations of someone else's thinking. Believing in your potential does not mean pretending you already know everything. It means believing you can learn whatever is necessary to reach your goals. It means accepting mistakes as teachers instead of treating them as permanent failures. Every expert was once a beginner. Every leader was once uncertain. Every remarkable achievement was once considered impossible by someone. The willingness to keep learning is one of the clearest signs that you believe your future can become greater than your present. The greatest competition you will ever face is the person you were yesterday. Focus on becoming wiser, stronger, more disciplined, and more consistent with each passing day. Measure your progress by your growth, rather than by comparison with others. As you continue building your character, sharpening your abilities, and taking purposeful action, your confidence will become unshakable. Because it is rooted in experience, your persistence will silence every doubt, and your unwavering belief in your potential will open doors to opportunities that once seemed beyond your reach, and transform your highest aspirations into lasting achievement. Thank you for watching. Remember, every great achievement begins with the decision to believe in yourself and the courage to keep moving forward. Stay committed, keep growing, and never let temporary setbacks convince you to give up on your potential. If this message inspired you, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and keep believing that you can and you will get it.